So just a few words to conclude this afternoon. Thanks to all the presentation, I think it was very clear, and we learned a lot about the project, and probably we will organize this type of session another time, next year or in 2 years, with the other project. I think that one difficulty we have with research at the animal level is that animal is rarely the only response we need to tackle. It's only part of the solution. And it is sometimes difficult, even for researchers. We began our objective that we need to solve this global challenge, so we will work on this level at the animal. And sometimes it's not very credible. So we have some difficulty at this level, and we need to wonder what we can do and expect from research at the animal level to tackle this challenge or this one, and the response could probably will be different to the challenge. We need to consider the best way to link research at animal level, farm level, and even more global level, either in a given project or in different projects working as mirror. So it's the role of DG to think about this, I think, this aspect for complementarity between projects. I think a second issue is the inclusion of social science in project working on animal biology or beside us project working on animal biology. We discussed a little bit this afternoon about social acceptability of innovation. I don't remember, perhaps it's you, Yap, about. But when we ask the question after doing the research, it's too late. If the public refuses the innovation, we have lost. And clearly it was the case with GMO in the plant sector some years ago. So we probably need also some specific topics working with social science on condition to achieve a good acceptance of innovation. So implying stakeholders and publics at the early beginning of the story. It is also true for the farmers, and I know some farmers who are still refusing precision livestock farming because they just say that this is my job to really animal. It's not the job of a censor. So we have also this kind of challenge. The third point I want to stress is we need to improve efficiency. It's clear that efficiency remains an important issue, but compared to a recent past, we need to consider efficiency at the entire level of the feed chain. So the feed production and the use of feed by the animals, and not only the use of feed by the animals. Because by this way of thinking, we progressively change, and indeed at the far end, we will have increased the competition between feed and food, because to increase the efficiency of the animal on a short-term level, we give the best diet to the animals. And you show in your feed chain, I think it's the first project in this line, that we need to think about from the field to the product of the animals. What are the efficiency in this? Considering all aspects of efficiency. So I think it's, and the second point is, we need to consider the different time windows of the animals, because the efficiency of the animals could be variable according to the time, according to the state of life of the animals. And indeed, I think that this comment is more general, and it is not focused only for efficiency. We need to develop, and I think it will be an axis for our next strategic research agenda, and the comment this afternoon I think are in agreement with this. We need to develop an integrated and dynamic vision of the animals, from the fecundation to the death of the animals. Either it is at slaughterhouse or because a health problem. I think it will be very, very important, and to consider all the response of the animals together, not only production, but health, but reproduction, and life function, and productive function. It will be very, very important. This is a way to better understand what it is a phenotype and how we can manage the phenotype of the animals, how we can change the phenotype for a given genotype, and so on. So it's very, very important. The last point I want to stress is, it is We have a project of genetic collection, very interesting. Why we don't collect specific samples in all projects we have on animal to feed the bank gen and the so so you see I think it is an important point because it is just a marginal cost indeed for a project, but it is I'm very impressed by the map you show on the 44 genes. Okay, so it's just to express that there is a huge opportunity here. And the last point, it is related, is infrastructure projects are required for different species. We have one for fish, we have one for ruminants, but we need for other species, terrestrial species. It's also one specific infrastructure could be for managing NBT's animals, to make deep research on genome regulation, on the role of the gene, and to have somewhere in France 2 or 3 dedicated tools to study NBT's animal could be also very useful. We have done this proposal in our last strategic research agenda. We have no success, but we will put again on the table in 2 months. So it is just I want to say to end this and to close this afternoon. Thanks a lot again.